perfect time. They already know they're all at the top, so you want to start removing them. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck when we dry them up, too cool. Now go too deep, you know. Yeah, fair watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, we will be preparing some juicy, crispy, juicy chicken tenders. Crispy and nice on the outside, but very soft and tender on the inside. So for this recipe, you're going to need boneless, skinless chicken breast or boneless, skinless chicken leg and thigh. The more juicy, the better. Leg and thigh could be it too. So we have got here some nice, clean, pretty chicken thigh. They have all been washed and trimmed. So what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start getting them on something like this, but yeah, we want them something looking like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go cut it on the diagonal. Yep, and maybe this is too thick, so we could get this one in 2 pieces. So you want them looking like this. Okay, so let's do this. We don't want them too thick. We want them thin so they can be fried easily. This is not thick. This is okay. You know, so try to section your meat or position your chicken breast, your chicken thigh, leg and thigh, whatever you want to get it. Some parts will be thick depending on how the breast is, because you know them have to debone the breast them and all like that. So we're gonna cut it to the best of our ability, and maybe little pieces and so. Yeah, cutting them all up. So you see it? Okay. So family, I am right back here with my chicken tenders all cut, clean, nice for the chicken. What I want to do, I'm going to be seasoning up now. So these are my seasonings. I'm going to be using a little turmeric, you'll see as I go along, a little cayenne pepper, some black paprika. I'm using my basil, you know this is my special, some ginger and spice. Yes, I'm putting a little bit of a cinnamon powder. Should have some garlic powder, but I don't, so I'm using fresh garlic. And this is some what's that thing there? This is some coriander powder. Wow, not very now work today, too much eat. I have here 2 eggs that have been beaten. So the first thing I'm gonna do is empty these beaten eggs in there. You want to get it seasoned and moist whilst it's marinating in your seasoning and the moisture. Also here I have some buttermilk. I just add a little milk and I just put some a little white vinegar to it to get that look. Now I have my salt, and I'm gonna try to administer my salt to my taste. Okay, I think that would be okay. Now very first I'm gonna put some cinnamon powder, not a lot. I just want the cinnamon powder to give it a little different kick. Right here I've got to get a spoon. I don't want to go too hard with some ginger powder. You could also get some ginger paste along with the garlic powder. So I would say about 3/4 of a teaspoon of this ginger thing. Yeah. Coriander powder right here. About a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon coriander powder going in. Let me put my basil. And family, you could do this with your seasonings of choice. A little basil, putting in some cayenne pepper for a little heat. Yeah. Right here I'm putting in some paprika. putting in a fair amount of paprika. I'm working on color now. So I'm using the paprika for the last with the turmeric. I am trying to work here on color. So that's why I'm trying to look like that little orange look. So we are working on some color. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to start seasoning, rubbing up. We want to let it stay right there. Rubbing it in into this. Yeah. You see we look like in camera, girl. We have that. I don't think we want any more. Yeah. We're going to rub it into this. You see how moist it is? Yeah, you want to let it stay there and suck up most of this juice and this seasoning. Okay? Should have put in our garlic, but we did not, so we're going to put our garlic in right now. We can't leave that. And I'm going to use a spoon since I had to remove my gloves to finish rubbing the garlic. Do your seasoning of choice. Use your seasoning mix of choice, fam. I'm using this, but if you so want to use what I use, I've showed you every single thing that I've used. Overnight is best for this in your refrigerator, but in the interest of time on this video, I'm just going to leave it for about an hour. So right there, gonna cover it and leave it in my refrigerator since my temperature where I'm at is so hot, flaming hot. So this is the nice little color that we have. We're gonna work with it. So in the next clip, we'll be frying. We are back, fam, and I have here some flour, and I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons. This is not a tablespoon, it's less than a tablespoon, you see. So I think what I put there is equal to about 2 1/4 tablespoons, along with this 1.5 cups of flour. So we want this to make a coat, a dry coating for these. So, and I'm going to put in a little extra turmeric in here with a little paprika to kind of vamp up the color a little bit. So me I say, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to put no extra seasoning, no extra salt, and all of that. So, same amount of paprika, same amount of turmeric, and I'm going to put just a little added basil. And if you have like, do your thing, family, do your thing, alright? So, I can easily use my hands are clean, because I'm going to be using my hands to put them in here. So, let us mix this flour whilst my oil is over there being preheated on the medium. And family, as with any other something and flour and them something, you gotta have a messy kitchen. You cannot cook. Anybody will see a cook and them working here like all in place where you see at all. No, doesn't matter how much you clean as you go along. When you're doing these things, they make mess. So you have got to do, and when you reach at a certain point, you start cleaning up. So we have to have some flour, a splash. So this is my first thing, really juicy. I'm gonna put it in the flour, and I'm going to be squeezing it on to the flour. Oil is here on the low, being preheated. I want to squeeze them. Squeeze on this thing on it. Start making like a little set of flakes. You know the Popeye's chicken look there? Or the Kentucky or wherever. Them fried chicken. Flaky look something there, so I'm gonna squeeze it on, shake the excess, and leave it right there. So that is it. You see, you don't want too much excess going down in your fryer. So you get the picture now. I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm gonna be returning to you. So now, family, we are right back, and this is how it looks. That rough look, this is how you want it. Shaking still the excess flour mixture. So deep frying on the medium, and you're gonna gently put it in there. Don't overcrowd. I think we will do these in 2 batches. Okay, careful. And you don't want to ever try to turn them until they are at a certain point. You don't try to start turning them right now. You're going to give them some time. They're in the oil. They are cooking. They are frying. You see them move up and them go on with them things. At about the 3 minutes interval on that frying, I'll come back and show you how you stir them up and make sure that they are not sticking together. And all of that. Easy squeeze, and this makes no riot. Nicely done, juicy chicken tenders. The family can get involved. The kids will be good with this. Next clip. Okay, now family, the perfect time to start turning them around. They are coming to the top. They are floating. That means they're starting to cook. So you're going to move whatever you have. You see what I'm talking? You see? They are not soft. So they are there. And they're doing their thing. Frying and coming to the top. So you just gently move them around and they'll continue to cook. You don't have to turn from side to side. That is why we're deep frying them. Because they are light. So you don't have no bone or nothing in them to weigh them down to turn from the side to side. So you just gently move them around and let they fry until they are up. You know how you want them. All brown, all crispy, and all crunchy, and all of that. When we are ready to remove this batch, we'll come back. This is so easy. Perfect time. They're ready now. They're all at the top. So you want to start removing them. Let them drain. Do not place them on any paper towel. They'll suck. You don't want them to get soggy. So you drain them. And this will not be the serving plate. You just leave them there and let them stay there and let them drain right there. Camera girl, you want to shoot them up? Yeah. So you want to get your flame now down a little bit. Very, very important. You want, after each batch, you want to clean your frying, whether you're deep fryer, whatever it is that you're frying in, you want to clean it from all of these that come at the top, because in the next frying, you know what is going to happen? You're going to have them and them are going to start get burned up and all of that, and you don't want that to happen. So try to remember that. So we're going to get our flame back up a bit. It's pretty hot there. We did just drop it down a bit. Yeah, gently. Set up patient. You give them the same treatment. You notice when they go in the hot aisle, they go to the bottom. But as soon as they start frying, they will just evolve and come right up to the top. So remember, I told you, don't stir until about the next 2 to 3 minutes. Then you give them a nice little stir. Because remember, I don't know what turn from side to side, you know. So we are going to fry these until they're like this. And then we're going to come back and present them to you. How easy that is. Juicy, nice, crispy chicken tenders. We're going to break one at the end and show you that nice, soft juiciness on the in, but that crunch on the outside. Next clip. All done, fam. We made our little sauce and all of that. You just go in your cupboard in your fridge, find your little stuff, make your little sauce. Kids know that well. So look at this little presentation. Look at these. They're so crispy on the outside. So we have a little sauce right in the middle there. So we have put them right around in there. So we have make a little thing in there. It's a little presentation thing with the pan. So yeah, like how you go down to the restaurant and them start out and all of them way there. Yeah, so look at me now. I'm doing this little presentation right in your face, so you can just know if you help yourself feel nice at home. So you remember I said to you, do not put them on any paper towel. You don't want them soft. So you put them on one platter. This won't be the serving platter. The platter that you take them from the oil, you reserve them on one platter. And then you present them on another platter. I always start talking about presentation, you know. Yeah? I'm not going to go get in a degree if you learn nothing, you know. But I just sit down and say, yo, so the thing set. So you know, you look on them, yeah, out on the balcony, your head for, and all of that. Look at me here now. So look here. This is what is happening. You have some green scallion and you have one of them, look at something in your kitchen. Now if you have one knife, you just take time, cut a little inside there. Yeah. Scatter it all over, and you cut some all over and leave it all over. Just cut them. Just make them look nice and all of that. And the green I deal with it. So you know, so the green thing, it bring up everything. Them are going to drop around all of that, not ground, on there. So you just move along and you just put them and all of that. Nice little thing presentation, you know. We are going to fix it up and come back. You don't need no sous chef degree to do this. Easy little something. My son come. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is just some tender chicken fry, some chicken tenders, and a little sauce, a little dip. Let me show you. I want to break. Hello. Yeah, you see, I go overboard. Not gonna go overboard with me, little skeleton. If it's a season the fall again. And you could also reserve a little of the dip and drizzle it along there. Drizzle it like, you know, in thin. Yeah, and all of that. Yeah, nice little thing, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the inside and all of that. Wow, and the skeleton then come out nice. And I could have seen things I could have brought this and I'm not tasting. Yeah, man. I've got my thumbnail already, so I'm gonna dip it in my sauce and all of that. And camera girl, I'm tempting her and I'm also tempting you. Remember to be you, do you. Most of all, love you. Some chicken tenders.